Hey fam, welcome to Tierra Had a Plan. Okay, so as promised, I'm gonna talk about my Discoid Lupus and what I do to take care of my hair. Also, I'm gonna throw in there some skin issues too because Discoid Lupus does affect the skin, the hair, and not just on the face. It could be the entire body. So, first thing first, I definitely want to make sure you understand. I am multiracial. I am Blackfoot Indian. I am Native American. I'm Blackfoot Indian, which is Native American. I am also Panamanian, which is Hispanic, and I am African American through both sides of my Hispanic family as well as my mother, who is half and half. So I typically have long hair. As you can see, like this, I've probably been growing this hair maybe last time I cut it 2-3 months, and it's already like long again, and it was like cut up here. So I never had issues with growing out my hair until I was diagnosed with Discoid lupus in 2016. Before that, I had no rashes, no swelling around the eyes, no lesions, no hair loss, nothing. So what happened to me, and how I found out is I dyed my hair like a blondish strawberry blonde. And I had that hair for about 6-7 months prior to anything showing up. So when I hit about the 7th month, I started having itching, swelling around my temples and my scalp. It was just like, kind of like looking like a festering infection almost. It was really red. It was really itchy, and it had like so much dandruff, or what I thought was dandruff. It was painful to the touch. I couldn't touch my roots. I couldn't touch like my eyebrows. My eyelashes would hurt. The works around my lips, my face, it was just red, and it was just, I'm like, okay, what the heck is going on? Because this has never happened to me. And by 2016, I've already had lupus for almost 10 years, give or take. So it was not a normalcy to me. And also, I will say this, it was right. I just had a child maybe like a year and a half prior. I don't know if that was a additive cause to me developing Discoid lupus. And I didn't even know at the time that you can develop multiple different strains of lupus. Apparently, this is my third type of lupus. I also had neonatal lupus, which is the lupus that you develop as a child. I was very sick as a child. So back to what I was saying. So when I got to the 7th mark, I thought I was having an allergic reaction to the hair dye. So I'm looking like, what the hell is going on? It was itchy, it was rashy. So I chopped off all my hair, like chopped all of it. I'm talking about a short buzz pixie. It was so cute though. I love my hair being short. I normally don't grow my hair out. I've only been growing it out lately because of the Discoid lupus, and like cutting your hair can sometimes, if somebody messes up, you might not get your hair back, and I don't want to cut something off, and then my hair starts thinning at some point, and then I don't have enough hair in my head for it to look normal. Because for me, it's a humbling situation when you have Discoid lupus, because not only are you sick, you look sick. And when you're looking like a cancer patient, or you're looking like, you got these rashes all over your face, or you're swelling in places that you normally don't swell, you got patchy skin, it's hard. It's hard to look at yourself. It's hard to feel good. It's hard to wake up in the morning and want to go out and go anywhere when you got lesions across your face, or you're missing all your eyebrow hair, or you got bald spots. Like, it's really, really a hard situation. I mean, now I'm like, what? Oof, God, 33 now. Now I've had lupus for almost like 15 years. So it's like, actually longer, because I did have lupus as a child. Now that they're understanding my medical history, it seems that I had lupus as a child. So now I'm 33 years into having lupus. So I'm okay with it now. Like, if I don't, like you see my face, like I've always pointed out the swelling. Right now I'm on steroids. So now I'm used to it, and I know I am not my hair, I am not my skin. I'm a beautiful person in and out. And people love me and respect me. That's more important to me, that I wasn't going to be beautiful for the rest of my life, And I don't think I'm not beautiful now. I just feel like it's whatever. Like, me looking a certain type of way is not going to break me. Like, It did though at first when it first happened, and me seeing such drastic changes in my skin, and because Discoid lupus changes how you look. It could be daily. Like you could look like a whole new person by the next day. That's how drastic my lupus was and how active it was at the time. So I chopped off all my hair, and then I chopped it all off. I chopped off all the dye out because I was like, anywhere there's dye, just take it all out. So I basically was left with a pixie cut. And that was another thing. My hair wasn't really growing. It wasn't growing at all. And that's not normal for me. Personally, I get an inch of new growth a month, which is higher than average on a regular person. Higher than average for anybody. Most people don't get that much growth. Maybe like a half an inch or something. That's like typically, but I'm hairy, and I'm also like very my nails grow the same way. My hair and my nails should grow like a baby. Like I get so much growth. Like these nails, I can grow these to like 3 to 4 inches before they even try to break because they're so hard. And I can bite them today and I'll have nails tomorrow. Like that's how much my hair grows and my nails grow. That's how fast. So I chopped off all my hair, but it was continuing to still not grow. And it was growing here and there in certain spots. And then I started noticing like around my temples, it was getting like real light. Like all of this was like way back here. Like my hairline started going. And even still, I still have, you can see where my hairline is like really messed up. And I really don't have a hairline. It's just like a round thing around my head. That's a lot of where it was just disappearing. And then in the back on the sides, it was just thinning out. I lost 70% of my hair before I realized what was going on. I just thought like maybe like it affected my follicles, and I didn't think that so I decided to go to the dermatologist, because that's the doctor you see when you're having hair and skin issues. You go to your dermatologist. So she said, I think you're experiencing Discoid lupus. And I'm like, I don't have Discoid lupus though. She's like, you can develop Discoid lupus over time. I was devastated because it was just like another blow. It was another blow to my system. And like, now this is something else I'm gonna have to deal with it. Now I'm gonna have to look sick. And so I tried to take care of my hair as best as I could. She prescribed me some medications because at some point it got really, really bad and my hair was inflamed. It looked like somebody poured a bottle of hot sauce. I had dandruff. Well, like I said, it's an inflammation. I had severe inflammation in my scalp, and that can lead to baldness, permanent baldness. Most of the time, your Discoid lupus attacks will grow back after you're done flaring. But sometimes it won't. Like if you're having scarring lesions, it will not grow back. That's pretty much burning out your follicles. So that's what inflammation does. That's what inflammation throughout your body does. It burns, because inflammation, it's heating up, it's messing up things. So my scalp was inflamed. So she described me a medication called Clobetasol. If I'm jacking up the name, I will put it in the description. But Clobetasol. So it's 2 different medications. One was for the hair, but it's the same medication, but one was for the hair, which is a different, it was more like a wet type of situation, and a foam. And then also the skin one, which is more of a cream. Now, it worked beautifully. It took about 2 weeks for it to work in my hair. I had to keep putting it in. So that medication also helps with hair growth, to regrow the hair. And to calm down the flare that's going on in your scalp. I think there's an issue with using it long term. Like you can't use this every day for the rest of your life. That's not the purpose of it, because I believe it's like a steroid. But it's definitely a topical medication, but it's so strong that it's not something you can use on a daily basis forever. Like you have to use it for the time frame that the doctor tells you. And then she keeps it on. I have to keep it on hand for when I have those type of reactions again. So that was like in 2016. My last flare that causes severe hair loss was I had it when I started dialysis. That was bad too. Not only did I have severe hair loss, and mind you, my hair was to my butt then. My hair was all the way to my butt, and I just started losing all the front of my hair, like all of it. It was, even though it still looks a little thin to me, my hair is thick, but this still looks a little thin out for me. It's growing back now that I got a kidney transplant. But if you look at it, like, you can see, like, where it's light. Like, you can see scalp, So, when I got the dialysis, at that point, it started to not only pull out my hair, but change the texture. So, if you look at the back of my hair, like, if you see here, I can, like, just go like this, and my hands go straight through it. Back here, not the same case. Like, I have to, like, it's like a totally different texture. So what the dialysis did was dry out. And I think that's because when you're on dialysis and you're doing peritoneal, because that was the type of dialysis I did, was peritoneal through the stomach, you lose a lot more protein. And your hair and everything is protein. Your protein. And I had a problem with eating. My stomach would never feel right. I would never feel like automatically okay to eat. Anytime I felt like I had to eat, I would feel kind of sick. So I wasn't getting enough protein ever. Like, throughout the whole dialysis, I did not have enough protein in my system ever. So, and that causes a lot of different things to happen to your skin, to your, to your hair. So it also dried out the back of my hair, and I'm thinking about actually cutting that and regrowing it, like just shaving the back of my head. Everybody's like, no, just wait on it. But I'm like, I'll give it like a year. If it doesn't come back to normal, then I will probably shave the back of my head. So taking those 2 medications definitely helped. So with the last reaction that I had, it was like, it looks like dandruff, like I keep saying, but it's inflammation in the scalp, and it causes the scalp, to lift, and it flakes like dandruff, and it gets so itchy and irritated, and I'm just in pain. It comes to a point, like, I wrap my hair at night. If I get it done, I wrap my hair at night, and I can't, like, I can't even do that, because if I lay my follicles down too tight, I have pain. Like, I can't touch my head. I wake up with a headache. It gets really bad. So with that being said, having those flare-ups in my scalp and on my skin, like, if you even look at my skin here, like, I'm having this is right here, this is a steroid issue. I have adverse effects to steroids, so it causes rashes, acne, and like, if you see around my eyes, like, swelling and, like, pimples around my, like, inner eye. It causes, like, these hyperpigmentations to look more effective, and my cheeks look more, like, because I have steroids, so, I'm ballooned, so it's like hyperpigmentation. But one time my eyebrows fell out, my eyelashes fell out, my little mustache and everything. I will never cut my mustache. I love it. All right. And it's not really a mustache, like, you can't really feel hair, but I've always had dark rims around my face and eyes. But with the ballooning of my face, it looks like even darker than it normally looks. Also, my lip changed. That was due to dialysis too. I used to have super pink lips. I don't know why. Normally your top lip is like the color of your skin. No, mine was like super bubblegum pink. And it actually darkened over time with being on dialysis for about 2 years or 2.5 years, give or take. So you can see now I have like a dark rim, and it's kind of like engulfing the pink up here. Like, it's getting darker and darker. So that's what that does. But how do I manage my hair when I'm going through these flares? After I learned how to manage my hair to go through these flares, because when I was dealing with all those flares before, not this last one, but the initial flares, I was like doing things to my hair, washing it, combing it, trying to itch it out, like just doing the most. You cannot do that. You can't do that, especially for as much hair as I had. I was like itching it, taking a dandruff comb and just combing the dandruff out just to get it, because that dandruff also pulls out my hair. Like, if I leave it in my scalp for too long, it pulls out my hair. So what I have to do is go in with the foam for a week. Don't wash it. Foam it for a week with the Clobetasol or the there's also a liquid form if you don't have like the foaming or the shampoos and stuff. It's also a liquid form that you could just pour into. That's the one I normally use now. I don't like the foam kind, just because it takes a lot more to use when you have this much hair. The liquid one, I can just part and put it in the places that I need to be, and that's a little easier for me. So when I'm going through these flares, my go-to is leave that crap alone. Do not touch your hair unless it's to put in that cream. Do not touch it. I do not touch it. Why? Because any manipulation to those follicles that are inflamed, your hair will be on the floor. That's it. Your hair will be on the floor. So put in your creams. Don't even comb it. I don't even comb my hair out. I don't care if it gets nappy. I don't care if it gets, you see, this is typically how it will look when I'm going through a flare. Because, like I said, that inflammation is what's pulling out your hair. It's you know, your follicles are already going through a lot. You do not want to manipulate any more to your hair. So that means don't put it in ponytails. If you really got to go out, like put it in a soft ponytail, not tight. Put a little net on top of it and put a wig on. That's what I do. Like I will wear a wig in a minute if my hair is going through something, because that way I keep most of my hair on my head and I let my follicles calm down. Then once the flare is like calm and I'm able to wash it, I go in and gently comb it out from end to top. And I monitor, like you have to. I go in from end to top, and I go in with the Sofa 8. I use Sofa 8. You can use any I think it's like 0.2, like dandruff shampoo. They have different kinds that have like the charcoal, different ones. You find what works for you. Sofa 8 is something that I can't be introduced to too many different products. So Sofa 8 is something I use since a child. So Sofa 8 works for me to get all the dandruff or the inflammation dandruff because now I have dermatitis, also. So it does come off as dandruff. So I do get dandruff often. So that works for me to pull all of that stuff out, because sometimes that dandruff, even if it's not inflammation, that dandruff will also pull out my hair. I can't just go in and wash it. I have to comb that dandruff out, gently scrape that out of my scalp, and then wash my hair, because if I don't, it'll stay in there, and then 2 days later my hair will be coming out a lot in the comb or coming out a lot in the wash. So I have to get that out. Not hard. Don't be scraping your scalp. Don't be, but like I said, I get dermatitis. Your Discoid lupus may manifest different. You could actually have like real bad like lesions or holes in your scalp or skin. That can happen, because when you have lesions, it's basically like burns and stuff. I get lesions on my face a lot, and that's why you can see like a lot of the discoloration too on my skin, because when the skin grows back, it doesn't grow back in the same shade I am. And I'm normally lighter in the middle of my face. I like a sun kiss on the outer rims. So that's what can happen. So I just leave my hair and my skin alone, and I put on the medication, and it usually takes typically for me about a week before I start seeing improvement. If I have a really, really bad flare, then it's like, okay, it's 2 weeks. And I know it's so hard not to wash your hair in 2 weeks, or yeah, so it gets really hard. So another thing that I see a lot of women do or have going on, like for me, I can't wear braids when I'm flaring. No, that pulling, I'll be completely bald. And I've lost most of these edges due to having braids during a flare situation. So that's a no too. I wouldn't suggest that, because that heaviness and that pulling, and sometimes people are having reaction to that Canecolon. I can't wear Canecolon. My scalp is so sensitive, it burns my scalp, it causes itching, it causes me to have severe dandruff, and the dermatitis just goes super reactive. No, it's a no for me. I'm trying to do human hair. When my hair is like healthy, I can do it. I can do braids. I'm trying to do like human hair, which it might be a better situation for me. I did half and half once, and that was okay. But like the places where the Canecolon was, it was like no. And even the non-Canecolon, I did a little better, like the free stress, which is not Canecolon. It's like clean hair. It still broke out my scalp. So I'm thinking human hair is the way to go. Because anytime I have like human hair bundles, I don't have that problem. So I'm sorry, guys. Like the medication causes me to have like sniffles all the time. The anti-rejection drugs. So another thing that I do with my hair is just, you have to check your scalp. Check your scalp, because you don't know when you're reacting, and sometimes these things take time to get worse, but if you catch it early, you might save yourself with some hair loss. I check my scalp regularly, weekly. I will go through it see if there's any redness, see if there's any patches, see if I've lost any like hair. Also, I check my skin often, my teeth, my gums. Like, you want to check all of that because lupus affects everything around my eyes. If I see any, like, I'm missing hair in my eyelashes, like, you know, or if you have like redness or maybe cuts. Sometimes I get cuts because it's irritated. Or if I have pieces of my eyebrow missing, then I know, okay, something might be coming on the horizon. Like, you have to check your hair. You have to do your due diligence because, and even your inner ear hair, inner ear skin. Like, one time I kept scratching my ears, not realizing I'm just, it's just something I thought I was just doing. Like, okay, maybe they're a little. I keep my ears extremely clean. Because I had an abscess in my ear once, two in both. Most painful situation. The doctor was like, "How did you even deal with this pain for so long?" I didn't know you can get abscesses in your ear. Like, I had no clue. Had two, one in each ear. Couldn't hear a damn thing. So I had to have that done. So what happened is how I got the abscesses. The skin in my ear was peeling due to like having lesions in my ear, and bacteria got in and caused an abscess. And they had to blow some weird powder stuff in my ear, pop the abscess, clean it, and everything. And I feel like a lot of my hearing loss was due to that too, because I'm deaf in my right ear, due to a traumatic pregnancy situation. Like, I will tell y'all all about that in my lupus and baby situation. So stay tuned. Like, we got some crazy stories on the horizon. Like, you're gonna hear about, my survival. So I check everything. Like, once a week. It doesn't have to be on the same day, but before I wash my hair or put any type of heat to my hair or anything, I check my scalp. And or if I do makeup, I check my skin. I check my teeth. If I change my toothpaste, then I started going more natural with products because any type of alcohol-based products causes me to have reactive dermatitis, even inflammation. No good. I would say read everything that you're putting in your scalp. Do not, I don't even suggest, some people like to make homemade products and stuff like that. Honestly, I think you're better off eating those products versus putting it in your scalp, especially if your scalp is normally prone to hair loss. Because when you're adding certain things into your scalp, you don't know how your scalp might be reacting to it. And with lupus, you could develop weird allergies out of nowhere. You don't know what you're allergic to. But if eating stuff is more beneficial for you anyway, like eating healthy, having a healthy diet is crucial with lupus. You want to like stay away from red meat and things of that nature, because red meat causes inflammation. Like, anything that causes inflammation, you kind of want to stay away from. And they do have lupus diets. I was never good at them until I got a little older and more understanding. Like, girl, you gotta check yourself. If you want to survive, these kids want to survive, you want to survive to take care of your kids, you need to check yourself. And it was a real realization for me, because I've almost died maybe 4 times in my life that I've been on life support and had to be resuscitated and everything, that heart failure, my heart stopped. Like, I've been through a lot. So it was like a realization, like, girl, you got to get it under control. You got to set yourself up to win. So I developed a new attitude towards my health. And that also, in turn, when you're dealing with Discoid lupus, that attitude will definitely dictate how your body reacts. Because stress, we know, lupus and stress is like best friends. And it's hard to not be stressed out when you're sick and you don't feel good and you having a bad mother effing day. It's very hard. But you have to learn to mind over matter. Like, you're having a bad day, but you're still here. You're still here. You're here experiencing that damn bad day. You need to think about it like that. You're here because you're supposed to be here, and it's your God-given right to be here. God wanted you here. Even if you don't believe in God, somebody wanted you here. You here for something. Okay? Like, you have to, like I say every time, like, this disease is very hard to do on your own. If you don't have no support system, subscribe. I will support you. I'm here for you. Like, be here for me, because sometimes I need help. I know sometimes you need help. We all need help. We like, this is what it is. And it's very hard that one day you go to sleep, you had a good day, like you're feeling good, your body's moving good, you feel like, yeah, I'm gonna go dancing, I'm about to go drinking, I'm about to go do whatever I want to do. Then the next day you wake up and you feel like crap. You can't move. Your hands don't move. Your face is swollen. Your body is aching. Like that's a hard thing to live through with the drastic changes. It's not like cancer. My doctor told me one time that I was like, well, can it cause cancer? He said, honestly, your lupus will kill you faster than cancer. Okay, that's the scary shit. That's some scary shit. Your lupus will kill you faster than cancer will. The cancer wouldn't even have a chance. The lupus will kill you faster. That's a weird thing to deal with, and it's a realization like you got to take care of yourself, and that also means controlling your mental health. And if you got stressful friends, if you got stressful kids, you need to put them kids in check and leave them damn friends alone. You got stressful family who don't know how to create your boundaries. Like if you don't know how to create your boundaries, I'm gonna have some some sessions on that, because like I said, I do social work and my aim is to do counseling. I'm definitely gonna show you how to put up some damn boundaries if you need it, okay? Because it's about taking care of your health, and you have to put you first. You always have to put you first, above the kids, above the family, above your financial, above your job, above everything else. Why? Because you can't do nothing if you're dead. You can't do nothing if you're dead. So your stress levels will dictate how your hair grow too. Because if I'm stressed out, I lose hair. You know, there's no way to put it. And I know if most of you have experienced Discoid Lupus, you know how it go. And drop in the comments like if you experienced Discoid Lupus and maybe some of the stuff that you do, or even some of the products that you may use. Like I said, I use sulfate. I also use Aussie products because they're very gentle and it's nothing too crazy in it. But like I said, any alcohol-based products, no go. Stay away from it. And a lot of products have alcohol base in it. Like, you're going to see it. Read the label. It's going to have alcohol. It's like a slight alcohol that they use in hair products. Stay away from it. Stay away from it. It's no good. It's no good for us. It's too harsh on the hair. And I say, with lupus, you are sensitive to everything. You're going to be sensitive. So just make sure you're loving yourself and you're using, a lot of natural-based products. But like I said, stay away from the kitchen sink stuff. It's not, and especially like if you have like me, like if you have dermatitis, like you put that crap in your hair, you're gonna have dermatitis. The dermatitis is gonna act up. Like what did I try? Rosemary water and rice water mixed with avocado, and it definitely grew my hair, but I also had a lot of shedding because due to those products caused my dermatitis to act up. So I kept using it, and then I'm looking like, okay, like my hair is growing in certain spots, but I'm also losing it because of the dermatitis, so I had to stop. And my hair grew much better after that. So, it's just about controlling the inflammation, controlling my dermatitis, and just controlling my stress levels, and making sure that once and what I will say this, my Discoid Lupus calmed down a lot when I learned to control my stress level. I had to let go of friends, certain family members, and because I lost my mom in 2021, I was under so much stress, and I think that's another reason why I was losing my hair and then dialysis. And I also started getting grays. Like I grayed. Nobody in my family grays early, and I started graying. So it's like, okay, I haven't had no more grays. I only got the 3 I got, but it's a real thing. So so these are the details I pointed out. Like you definitely want to no manipulation if you're having flares. To work with a dermatologist, and be mindful of what you're putting in your scalp. It gets like that. And be mindful of the braids. Like you might just be too sensitive for the braids. If you're seeing that you're getting hair loss every time you put braids in your hair, stay away from the braids. It's just not for you. You don't need them. Braid your own hair. That's all I can say. And check your skin. Check your hair. Check once a week at least. Because if you catch it early, you might save your hair from being damaged completely or even balding. Because like I said, Discoid Lupus can cause your hair to have permanent hair loss. And that's not what we want. We want to look good in our 30s and 40s. And as we get older, or whatever age you are, you want to look good. So you got to check yourself. Always constantly check yourself. And even because in lupus, You go by the days. You live by the days. When the doctor asks you, how you been feeling? Well, I've had 5 good days and such time. We live by the day counter. That's it. So you have to check your hair, and you got to be mindful of the products that you use. So I hope this helps somebody. If you want more details, drop a comment, like, share, you subscribe, and like I said, I'm here for you if you need me. I got nothing else going on. So, I hope we can all grow beautiful, loving hair. And if we can't, we can learn to love it either way. Because even if you're bald or if you get the scalp lesions, you still a grade A in my book, and anybody else's book that loves you. Your hair is not going to make or break you. And if you're feeling depressed about that, you have to learn that. Say a mantra, I'm beautiful no matter what. Because it's really about what's inside. It's not about what your face looks like. Get over that. You have to. Because this lupus stuff will put you through the test and through the ringer and make you feel some type of way about yourself. And that's more stress. And you don't need that. So if you do got the lesions, work with the dermatologist. See what you can do. There are treatments. There are, I think, follicle surgeries that you can do once your lupus is calmed down, and you can talk to your dermatologist about what that entails as well, and if that's something that you can actually do. Okay? So, all right, fam. Well, that's it for me today. I will drop another short to let you know when I'm posting another video. And if you want to drop in the comments, like, what you want to know about, and what you want to know about me or about a situation that I may know about. If I know about it, I'll definitely comment you back and definitely say, yeah, I'll do a segment on that. So just let me know. All right. Bye, guys.